Dinner's ready! What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. This weekend, I watched Alien Covenant.
Where is it?
So Alien Covenant is directed by Ridley Scott and stars an abundance of different amazing and talented actors and actresses, and this movie takes place after Prometheus, but before the other Alien movies. So basically you have a colony of people going into space. They're trying to start anew, if you will, and build their whole entire planet full of wonderful people. And the cool thing about the crew this time around is it's couples. So, you know, you got a guy and a girl, and you got the crew leader and his girl, and you got the guy and a guy. I mean, you have so many different dynamics that makes the movie a little bit more interesting than it otherwise should be. So I will start this off with, is this movie good, and did it do what it needed to do as both an Alien prequel and a Prometheus sequel? Well, no. It didn't. It didn't take the aspects that I wanted it to take from both movies, but you shouldn't really judge a movie on what you wanted going in. You watch the movie, you experience it as it is, you walk out, then you give your opinion. So I will say Alien Covenant was something that I expected to be better than it was, but I still had a pretty good time with it. The movie was fun. It had that visual style that Prometheus had, and of course Ridley Scott, the guy who did the incredible movie that came out a few years ago. It was kind of his comeback, if you will, in The Martian. He took a little bit from that, and his scope in The Martian was kind of felt here in Alien Covenant. Well, I thought that was really cool. I will also say some of the standout characters in this movie. Danny McBride, dude, you brought it here, man. I'm used to comedy, but you really brought it in this movie, and I think you should start doing more stuff that's a little bit more serious, because you're a heck of an actor. But the actor here that really steals every scene that he's in is Michael Fassbender. This is not a spoiler, but he does. He plays two characters in this movie, and both of the characters are different in their own respects. And the dynamic between them when they are with each other is very interesting as well. So I really like what Ridley Scott did with the characters in this movie, or some of the characters in this movie. There are, of course, the expendable characters, and one thing that I really didn't like about this movie is it's so obvious when somebody is about to bite the dust, because it's, oh, hey, I've got to go pee over here in the woods by myself, you know? Or it's two people taking a shower together, and that's in the trailer. It's not a spoiler. It's just so obvious when somebody's gonna die, and I would have liked to have been taken by surprise a little bit more when it come to that. The deaths were very cool and stuff that not as good as the original Alien, but the visual effects were better, so it still had that kind of that the original did. But I wanted more out of what's going to happen next, because most of the things that happened in the movie I saw coming. Now, for those Prometheus fans out there, I didn't hate Prometheus. I actually liked parts of it. It did not wrap up Prometheus, the storylines from that, like you wanted it to. It really kind of covered some of the stuff in Prometheus in like a 10-minute span in the movie, and I wanted more than that. I think that 10-minute span that it covered could have been its own movie, which is great, but of course the studio saw, hey, people love aliens, so let's slap an alien name on there and just kind of skid past that. Which is all fine and dandy if we get Alien, but the problem with this movie is we don't get really aliens until the end. We get alien babies, which is fine, you know, alien babies, but we don't get a full-fledged alien until about the last 20-25 minutes of the movie. And another thing that I will say about this movie, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, it goes by very fast. I guess that's kind of a test, like a good thing, the movie. I kind of wanted more out of it, but you can also consider it a bad thing because some of the stuff in the movie was just kind of like, oh, let's gloss over this and gloss over that and get to this next part. While it didn't work completely, this movie works in different ways than I expected it to. And there was kind of some meaningless dialogue in there. I didn't really care about the characters that I wanted to care about, and the ones that I did really brought the movie home for me. But the scope is definitely big enough, the colors are beautiful enough, this is an absolutely gorgeous film, and the character dynamics are just good enough to get this movie to something that I was not completely disappointed with. It's not the Alien movie I wanted, but it's still a pretty good time at the movie theater, and I'm going to give Alien Covenant a 7.1 out of 10. Why 7.1, Austin? Well, I like to be difficult. But what did you guys think about Alien Covenant if you have seen it? If you haven't, I didn't spoil anything, so I do recommend you guys going out and catching it. You guys are the absolute best. Be sure to start a little conversation down below. I want to talk to you guys about this movie, and maybe we can talk about what the next one's going to be about, because there was a very clear setup and a very cool one. Michael Fassbender, you're a heck of an actor, dude. You guys are the absolute best. I'll catch you later.